A Dubai-based gangster and his sidekick struck a sponsorship deal with Motherwell Football Club while raking in vast sums of dirty cash from a £12 million cocaine-dealing empire. David, Stephen and Shaun Brown, who are both 30, were running a mega money crime mob while using a home improvements firm as a front for washing their manky millions. The brash duo boasted about securing a 2-year contract with the steelman that saw them pose for snaps with the Premier Club stars and have their logo added to the shirt sleeves. Motherwell were entirely unaware of the duo's secret criminal activities, and club bosses axed the tie-up as soon as allegations emerged in the Scottish Sun at the end of last year. But the facade collapsed when the pair, directors of DX Home Improvements, admitted their high-ranking roles in a crime gang at the High Court in Glasgow. The duo were nabbed in a flash £200,000 Lamborghini Urus when they stopped at a petrol station in December, hours after Stephen jetted in on a first-class flight from Dubai.
So come with me as I travel back to the UK, this time for an important event. Now the flight to Glasgow is always first thing in the morning, so got the chauffeur to pick me up as late as we possibly could before we headed on down to the airport. Got to the airport, got checked in. The good thing about Dubai is there's a separate terminal for first and business class passengers, so you're always straight through with no queue, which is amazing, to be honest with you. And then obviously you just go up to the lounge and you can actually board directly from the lounge. So as always, got myself settled, got a face cloth and gave myself a little freshen up, ready to have a look at the menu and order some food.
A judge heard in 4 months alone they were involved in the purchase and sale of a huge 120 kilograms of cocaine. The brazen dealer and self-styled entrepreneur was nabbed after sharing a social media video bragging about the success of his business empire.
So today marks a very important day for DX Home Improvements as we're about to announce our 2-year partnership with Motherwell Football Club, as we're going to be their official sleeve sponsor for the next 2 years.
The lucrative racket initially fell onto the radar of Operation Venetic, the National Crime Agency's probe into the encrypted EncroChat phone network. Advocate Depute Alexandria Kirk told the court the pair, both of Hamilton, were friends and business partners who were co-directors of DX Home Improvements. But behind the legitimate facade, Stephen, who has previous assault and road traffic convictions, was using the EncroChat handle Narrow Ninja to call the shots in a multi-million-pound cocaine dealing operation. Brown, whose previous convictions include assault and carrying an offensive weapon, was known both as Simple Bull and Castle Nut, and together they exchanged almost 12,000 messages, mostly linked to criminality. They initially ran the racket between March the 26th to June the 12th, 2020, when the world was in the grip of the COVID pandemic. They used their secretive handsets to communicate with 26 unknown subjects in order to direct the purchase, collection, delivery, adulteration, storage and sale of cocaine. Ms. Kirk added during this period, at the direction of both accused, a total of 4 to 5 kilos of cocaine was purchased, processed and sold. The cost of a kilo of cocaine in 2020 was approximately £40,000, making the value approximately £160,000 to £200,000. At the direction of the accused, the cocaine was adulterated at a 50-50 value, resulting in 8 to 10,000 grams of cocaine for sale. The value of the adulterated cocaine in 2020 was approximately £60 a gram, being a value of £480,000 to £600,000. For example, at the beginning of April, accused Stephen arranged for an unknown individual to deliver a payment of £43,225 for previously supplied cocaine to another unknown subject. Stephen shared photos showing kilo blocks of cocaine and also directed another mystery character to collect boxes of adulterant used by hoods to cut the product and boost profits. The pair kept and shared detailed accounts monitoring the incomings and outgoings of their criminal enterprise as they dished out orders to a network of underlings. The court heard Stephen was so keen to keep track of the vast sums of cash swilling about, he splashed out on a banknotes counter and counterfeit cash detector from Amazon. A picture of the contraption was also shared on Stephen's phone, as well as a heap of notes neatly packed into 24 bundles. They were later nicked on the 23rd of December last year, 16 months into their 2-year shirt sleeve deal with Motherwell, after Stephen travelled from Dubai to Scotland on a first-class flight with Emirates Airlines. The prosecutor said he was observed driving a motor vehicle, a Lamborghini Urus, and entering Morrison's petrol station Bridge Street in Cambuslang. Accused Brown was the front seat passenger. The accused Stephen entered the shop within the petrol station, leaving the now accused Brown within the vehicle. It was at this point that cops swooped in and carried out a search of the vehicle, which unearthed £750 in cash, just over £1,000 worth of United Arab Emirate dirhams, and 6 mobile phones, including a black iPhone, which proved highly significant. The phone opened the door to further investigations that revealed they were continuing to trade drugs between August and December last year, a time when their company logo was being displayed on Motherwell shirts and advertising boards inside Fir Park. Ms Kirk told the court a forensic examination of the phone found it contained several installed encrypted messaging apps. Messages recovered showed both were in communication with various unknown subjects in order to direct the purchase, collection, delivery, storage and sale of cocaine. A trawl of more than 6,000 messages once again revealed their high-ranking involvement in the organised crime plot. Ms Kirk said between the 18th of August 2025 and the 23rd of December the same year, at the direction of both accused, a total of 125 kilos of cocaine was purchased and sold. The messages indicate the accused were purchasing cocaine at a value ranging from £18,000 to £22,500, using an average figure of £20,000. The value of the purchased cocaine was £2.5 million. The street value of the 125 kilos of cocaine is estimated to be £11,250,000 if sold in 1 gram deals at £90 per gram. Further messages exchanged between the two revealed a profit of £230,000 in November last year, rising to a potential of £350,000. Ms Kirk noted the duo's tendency to show off their luxury lifestyle and goods on social media, with both prolific on Instagram and TikTok. Both admitted using encrypted devices to direct others to commit serious offences, namely the collection and onward supply of cocaine. Prosecutors notified the court of an intention to seek proceeds of crime and serious crime prevention orders in relation to both. Extra police were drafted into court for the two, appearing amid reports of a suspected security risk involving one of them. They will learn their fate in May.